Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about this 6-gallon Caradina tank that I set up exactly 7 weeks ago, 50 days to be specific. Now this tank was set up with JUN Mastersoil, and I really want to give you guys my thoughts on what I think about this soil, because I know that we're all looking for alternatives to 88 Gold right now. And so I tried it out. And I'll let you guys know right now that I have mixed thoughts about it, but I'm going to explain later on in the video. And so what I want to do right now, I want to walk you guys with everything that was done in this tank, everything that I have in this tank. And I haven't done anything to this tank except some water changes. And I did just add some shrimp yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that's in the tank. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope this helps you guys. If you guys haven't done so, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to it. First thing I want to talk about is the choice of moss I picked. As you guys can see, this is some Subwasser tank. In all of my other 10-gallon tanks, you guys know and should be well aware that I mainly keep weeping moss. The only reason I didn't pick weeping moss for this tank, I actually took this from my coal tank that's sitting right next to it, is because I wanted something that grows a little bit slower, which Subwasser tank does tend to do. It grows a little bit slower, so it's not going to overtake this 6-gallon tank, and I don't have to constantly keep getting in there to trim it. Weeping moss is a great moss, but unfortunately, it does grow kind of fast. I end up every few months, you guys have seen the previous videos, I get so much moss out of it, and so that's one thing I didn't want to do. And so that was my pick for this. Next, let's talk about the filter. Now the filter, I have made videos about this. I switched from regular sponge filters to double sponge filters, and honestly, I kind of regret it. These filters have given me so much problems, from them getting clogged to the suction cups just being terrible. This one here specifically, you know, the green ones, the other green ones I have in the tanks also do it, but this one more than the rest. And it just keeps like sliding down. Every few days I got to pick it back up and then squeeze the suction back to the back of the tank. It's such a hassle. They keep getting clogged too, so I have to like take them off, you know, move them around. And so I am having problems with these filters. I don't know if you guys have had problems with them. If so, let me know down below what you guys think of this. But I mean, so far that's been my experience, and you guys know are well aware that every problem that I have, I put out there for you guys to know. You guys might already know this. You guys, when I first switched to double sponge filters, told me the same thing. You guys told me a lot of things about the suction cups, and you know, it's one of those things where I just have to try things. They don't always work out, right? But that's what this channel's for. I'm gonna try things. I'm gonna let you guys know my honest thoughts on things, and so far, I'm not a fan of these filters, and don't be surprised if I switch back out to regular sponge filters. Let's talk about the soil now. Now this JUN Mastersoil, there's several sizes and several colors as well. I went with the black, and as you guys can see, it looks very similar to 88 Amazonia, maybe a little bit darker even, but you know, it's very circular, sort of like small beads, and it's not bad. The shape of it's nice, but I do see a bunch of, I wish I could give you, I'll try to put a close up here, a bunch of soil that's already broken off. And mind you, this tank's been up and running for 7 weeks, and there's already a lot of soil that's breaking down. And so, you know, that's one downside so far. Another thing that I really want to tell you guys is that not all soil will do this, but this one gave me a ton of brown algae. And the only reason I didn't scrape it off was because I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to give you guys a close up now of the amount of brown algae on the walls here. And so although we do have a good amount of green algae, we have substantially more brown algae than we do green. And so that's automatically a down, maybe a con to the soil. But you guys know I use ADA soil, and I haven't had those problems. I mean, maybe I've seen a little bit of brown, but man, mainly green in my breeder tanks. And so another thing I want to talk about is the pH. The pH has been wild. And then what I mean by that is it's been all over the place. When I first set this tank up, it was sitting right around 6.2 or so. You know, I gave it some time. A 4-week mark is when I start doing water changes. I did some water changes and it dropped drastically, and I made some updates on my Instagram. So if you guys haven't done so, check out my Instagram. That's where I post a lot of stuff. It dropped all the way to 5.0 or so. 4.9, 5.0. I was so ecstatic, right? I even shared it with a bunch of you guys and stuff. But over the next few weeks, which has been 3 weeks after that, the pH has already risen back up to 6 or so. Very, very close to 6. I think it was 5.9 or so. But man, that's not that great. And so what I did is I added some pintos. I just picked a bunch of different pintos from my cold tank and from my red spotted pintos and black spotted pintos, and I threw them all in here. So I've got about 12 or 14 shrimp in here now, and I'll see how they do. Obviously the pH swinging like that, it's not great, but it seems to have stabilized very close to 6 now. Now, I was very excited. I thought this would be, you know, game changer. I thought it would be something that would give us, you know, very, very low pH like ADA. And it seemed promising at first, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I probably wouldn't use it again. Okay, so overall cycling time on this was 7 weeks, and it was leaching ammonia all throughout the 7 weeks. You know, I figured, you know, I was doing 50% water change, 50% water change, and it would just give me a lot. It wouldn't give me a large amount of ammonia, but at least 1 parts per million steady throughout the whole entire time. And so this is nothing like Brightwell. This is nothing like Fluval. It's gonna leach some ammonia. Not a crazy amount of ammonia like ADA, but it's gonna leach some ammonia. Now, another thing that I also did is the floaters. Let me talk to you guys about floaters. All right, so unlike any other of my tanks, I added some floaters, and I got these from my buddy. I added some frog bid, and I added some redwood floaters. Now, of course, the redwood floaters don't like the flow, don't like being near the flow, and most of them are doing all right. I actually just added the redwood floaters, I think like 2 days ago, and already they're growing some new leaves. So that's a good sign, but I did try to keep them away from the flow. The frog bid does not care. The frog bid is sitting right next to the flow, and it's still growing new leaves. And so, you know, the reason I did this was because of how long it was leaching ammonia. And so I just thought, hey, this is a different tank. Let me add some floaters. The Subwazzer tank is not heavily reliant on nitrates like that, and it's still gonna grow slow, right? So that's what I did. And so overall, this tank is what it looks like now. The shrimp I just added yesterday, so they're kind of hiding a little bit, but I still wanted to put this out there for you guys that are wanting to know about JUN Mastersoil. That's my experience. I've talked to other people as well. It's sitting, you know, high 5s, low 6s. And so overall, it's still not bad. I mean, SL Aqua will run you, you know, at least 6, you know, Brightwell, Fluval, all of them right now will be over 6.0. And so if it's something that you're interested in, you should probably try it yourself. But these are just my honest thoughts. Next thing I'm gonna do, I actually just went ahead and bought like 7 bags of soil. I bought ADA version 2, and I also bought some ADA gold powder. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be mixing that just to keep the pH kind of low and still see what kind of results I get. Breeding should still be fine. ADA version 2 is in my cold tank, and it's sat about 5.4. So I'm assuming by adding some gold powder, it should keep it in the low 5s, which is what I'm going for. So I'll keep you guys updated on that though. But overall, let me know down below what you guys think. Would you try this? And what do you guys think of this new tank? I'm gonna scrape all that off though. I really don't like it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon.